Just be a combination of a reading vlog and a chronic illness vlog. I guess those are the two most important things in my life right now, is books and my health. I'm currently reading The Kingdom of Ash. It's the last series, or last book in the series of the Throne of Glass. I started reading the other books forever ago, but I got sidetracked with other things. I'm finally finishing the book. Not that far in, but I don't know, give me a couple days. Yeah, the other book I'm reading on my Kindle is called Good Riddance. I'll show that to you later. Oh, and I have my trusty water always by my side. And I'm so I'm gonna have this just be like a chronic illness / book vlog thing. Those are the two most important things in my life right now, my health and books. I am currently reading Kingdom of Ash, which is the last book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I love this series. I love it more than the Court of Thorns series. I started the books forever ago and I was kind of obsessed with them and reading them really quickly, but I got sidetracked with other books. So now I'm finally finishing it. I'm only on chapter 3, so I don't really have an opinion yet. But hopefully I'll finish this tomorrow and I'll share with you what I'm reading on my Kindle later. And I have my trusty water with me by my side always. I was just working on my website a little bit and I got a friend. Look at her. She's so cute right now. She's usually trouble, but she has these moments of calm. Hopefully she'll have more of those. This is my coworker while I work on my website. I'm currently working on my website, trying to finish my Discord channel, and I might start some pen pal letters here in a second. I don't know if I'll be able to get much done with this one here. And I'm just gonna wash some of these potatoes and then put them in the air fryer, and then I'm going to use the 7 tortillas and add some cheese and make quesadillas. So that's the plan. Okay, I sprayed the potatoes with Chosen Fruits avocado spray. I'm using garlic powder, not bee pollen, but garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning, and then some nutritional yeast on my potatoes. Okay, so I'm going to put some more nutritional yeast on my tortillas, and then add the cheese and some seasoning, and then put them on the George Foreman. And then the potatoes are in the air fryer, 30 minutes at 350. Yeah, very easy. Okay, dinner is cooking. I am probably gonna work on my server a little bit more, and then I might try playing Call of Duty, kind of like the battle royale type thing with some friends. Yeah, I'll see how that goes.
I cannot believe it. Baby. Shit.
So I'm about to take a bath, but I just wanted to show you guys. This is what is on my Kindle every time I open it. I don't know why. I hope that other people have that as well. And it's not just me and my choosing of books. But this is Good Riddance that I'm reading. I'm just going to start it now while I'm in the bathtub. And I have the best path buddy with me. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Look at her. She has fallen in twice now, I think. But she still goes. She's still going. A little brave toaster. She's gonna fall, I know it. Like, look at the ledge she's on. Girlfriend. I've taken a bath. I'm in bed now. We're gonna watch an episode of The Watchmen. I think we're maybe in the middle part of the season. And then I'm going to do some journaling while I watch, and then read some more of Kingdom of Ash. Good morning. I am very fatigued today, both emotionally and physically. So I'm probably just going to read for most of the day. Take it easy, maybe watch some movies or something. I usually gain more energy in the afternoon. Hopefully I'll be able to get a workout in and work on some projects, but I'm so beat. I read a little bit more of Kingdom of Ash last night. I got a couple more chapters in. I'm having a hard time getting into it. I like the balance of all the characters. I think that she's really good at doing that, but I feel like there hasn't really been much happening. And I'm just hoping that it'll start picking up as I read more in it. But yeah, those are my plans. Hopefully, we put it in our grocery order for pickup next week. I'm not trying to pick up anything in these upcoming couple of days, so people who are on welfare can get their groceries that they need. But getting the websites for all the grocery stores to work for pickup or delivery is really hard. Hopefully it'll go through and stuff, but Alex has to go pick up my prescriptions from one grocery store, so he might run in and get some things that we need. I have this washcloth, by the way, because my allergies have been really bad, and I'm trying to interrupt them. But yeah, that's my plan. It's pretty gloomy today. I'm very tired. This little one. And I'm probably gonna go do some yoga soon. I need to stretch. Look at you, so cute. So cute. I'm awake. I just woke up from a nap. I don't know how long the nap was. I don't even know what time it is. Because it doesn't matter. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest. But I took a nice long nap. I'm feeling a little bit better, a little bit more energized. I'm going to work out, probably do some yoga or something light. So this is the website I use to work out. It's called Jamundo. I'm on the 30-day trial right now, just trying it out, but I really love it. They ask you some questions in the beginning and kind of curate a program for you. So this is my program that I'm in, and they schedule workouts and stuff for you. But you also have all of these other programs that you can do, and you can always go to the workout page, which is usually what I do, to be honest, to pick, and like there's so many. And they also have some recipes that you can have and you can filter through, and a nutrition page just with like different tips and stuff like that. So I'm going to pick up my workout now. I want to do something not that long, and I kind of want to do some Pilates, relaxation, stretching, yoga, and we'll see what we are going to pick. So I'm going to pick this feel good one, because that's what I want to feel right now. I want to feel good. So I'm going to start this, and then hopefully afterwards I will be in a better mood. So the last time I talked to you, I was about to work out. I did. I was gonna do a yoga session, like a light yoga session, which I did, but then I had more energy, so I decided to use that energy and do some more workouts. I did some Pilates and then some kettlebell reps and some push-ups. So now I'm pretty sore. It's pretty late in the evening, and now I'm just working on my April intentions, which I meant to do earlier today, but I took a nap instead. So I'm working on that, and then I'm probably gonna go to bed and read some more, and then hopefully have a better form of opinion on Kingdom of Ash for tomorrow. So yeah, that's my plan. Come here. Us. It is Sunday, which might be one of my favorite days simply because I spend the whole day relaxing and being as calm and cozy and relaxed as I possibly can. Been doing this for a while. It's a day I step away from social media, I step away from the internet, I step away from news in general, just everything, and just be present with my family. I spend the day reading mostly. So yeah, last night we watched Die Hard with a Vengeance and ate dinner, and my migraine got worse, and my bladder pain was terrible. I have what's called interstitial cystitis, which basically means my bladder doesn't work properly, and I had really bad pelvic cramps. So I read a little in bed and then just tried my best to fall asleep. I woke up pretty late this morning because of that pain. I still have a really bad migraine and I'm still dealing with cramps and bladder pain. So today's the perfect day to just relax, recharge. I stopped reading Good Riddance. Like I said, I was just not enjoying the dialogue at all. It didn't feel like it didn't make sense to me. So I stopped reading that, started reading The Library of Lost and Found by Phaedra Patrick. It's basically about a girl who gets sent a book of fairy tales that was dedicated to her from her grandmother, who's like her best friend apparently, and kind of leaves clues that her grandmother might still be alive because apparently she died of mysterious circumstances. I haven't started reading yet, so I'm just going off the synopsis. But apparently it's gonna be, it'll be really charming and cute, which is something I'm looking forward to. I'm almost done with Kingdom of Ash. I am on page 645, so I'm about only like a quarter of the book left. So I'm gonna finish that today, and then I'll probably digest it and think about the series a little bit and think about this book and maybe talk about my feelings and thoughts tomorrow. And then I think I'm gonna start The Starless Sea afterwards, for a book that I own. So that's my plan. I'm just gonna take my medication here. I'm gonna drink some more tea, and just be cozy all day. I'm hoping I'll feel better, because then I might work on some pen pal letters. If not, I'll probably just work on my embroidery and watch a movie or something. Tip of the tongue, tip of the tongue. I'm gonna do this again. Okay. I thought I would share with you guys what I was able to finish reading over the weekend. The first was The Library of Lost and Found by Phaedra Patrick. I rented it from my library and read it on my Kindle. So it is about a woman librarian, Martha, who does everything for other people. One, out of the goodness of her heart, and two, because she hates disappointing people. She hates saying no to people. She hates conflict. She's very passive. She's taken advantage of. And so I was really excited to go on this journey with her and her growth, because I'm very much the same way. Basically, she is given this book of fairy tales that is inscribed to her by her grandmother, who had previously died a couple years before from mysterious circumstances. And so she's reading through this book and she finds clues and hints that her grandmother may actually be alive. So she becomes very determined to find out what happened and where she is, and it kind of explores different relationships throughout that journey, and it kind of jumps back to her childhood randomly from time to time, and showcases her relationship with her mother and father's relationship. So you find out that her father was very controlling and demanding and manipulative, which sort of caused a rift between her grandmother and her mom, and it kind of, showcases later throughout the story what happened, why her grandmother disappeared, why everyone lied to her. I picked up this book because I wanted something light and fluffy and charming, and I thought that this was going to be that, but it wasn't. So my opinions might be a little biased because it wasn't what I really wanted to read. Kind of felt like for a story that has such explosive family secrets and really heavy dynamics, there would be more depth, but I just felt like everything fell flat. The characters and the plot, I thought it was just average. Unfortunately, it wasn't something that grabbed me and something that I loved, but you live and you learn. Okay, so the other book that I was able to finish was Kingdom of Ash, the last book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I started reading this series last summer. I obviously have read books in between now and then, but I am finally finished with this series. Just as a disclaimer, if you haven't read the series or finished the series, I might spoil some things, so maybe just keep that in mind. So it took me a long time to actually get into this novel. I was really interested in the beginning with Aylin's storyline. It was so compelling. I felt claustrophobic when reading it. I felt like nervous when reading it because it was very heavy and very sad, and I think the relationship between her and Fenris during that time was just so beautiful and heartbreaking, and the strength, the pure inner strength of Aylin, our female main character, our female protagonist, was just astounding. That inner strength is like something I really needed at this moment in time. So I think a lot of this book actually could have been cut down, just because I feel like so much time is spent on the descriptions of action scenes, which is why I don't really like sci-fi, because there's a lot of that and I just feel like it's a wasted time. But there's a lot happening, there's a lot of things going on. So I actually think I like the earlier books more, and I think it's because everything was contained to one location mostly, and so the conflict was higher, and I loved the political elements of the story. And as time went on, the story kind of got bigger and everything was pulled out, and characters were kind of scattered all over the place, and the bigger storyline of gods and destiny and that kind of thing, it didn't feel as visceral to me as the earlier kind of political aspect. Still enjoy the series as a whole, obviously. Another huge problem I had with this book is that I felt like all of this tension was being built, and yet the outcome, the ending of it didn't grab me and make me feel like I wanted it to. So I was very disappointed in that. I felt like everything was was being wrapped up in a neat bow, and some of it didn't really feel like it made sense to end it in that way. Even though I love beautiful endings, I love happy endings, I love when everyone ends up together and they're happy and it's all done and we can just live in this beautiful world and all of that, but it just didn't feel right to me with some of the characters. But it is what it is. It's my own feelings. I feel like a lot of people are very happy about that. I also have a problem with all of the characters, all of the main characters, being partnered off and ending up with each other. You know, maybe we explored, you know, other relationships besides just the heterosexual ones. What I really walk away from loving and remembering from the series are the strong female characters. The characters have so much depth. They're flawed. They're angry. They make horrible mistakes. You know, they get their hands dirty. They, you know, are funny and witty and clever, and throughout everything, no matter the relationships, they have their own independence. You know, they make decisions on their own without their partner knowing. And I think that was very common throughout the book as well. All of these things that Aelin had done, decisions that she made by herself or with Lysandra. And Lysandra, honestly, I didn't read the 6th novel. I didn't read the companion novel about Cale because I didn't really connect with him and I didn't really care. I just wanted to kind of see this out, and maybe if I had read that book I would have, you know, liked this book more than I did, but I didn't. So but I did wish that there was more time spent on Lysandra and her journey and her past even, and where she, you know, just I love her so much. She is my favorite character. Other character I really love and wish there was more time spent on his journey was Fenris. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right, but I just, oh my gosh, my heart breaks for him. I just wanted to spend more time with him in general. I think he's very interesting, and his story is very interesting, and just imagining someone, you know, being forced to witness something so terrible and sharing that connection, and having something else terrible happen, you know, in front of you and not being able to do anything about it, and living with that, the guilt, the frustration, all of that. There's so much in these books that's so enriching. It's exciting, and I do love it generally, even though I still have problems with, but I love it, and I will recommend it to anyone. About the ebook of Crescent City. Crescent City, yeah, it just came up as a city in California, and I was like, okay, well, that's not it. But it's called Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. So I have a couple more books before I start reading it, but I'm excited because I absolutely love what she does. But the other thing I really wanted to bring up, and anyone who read Court of Thorn and Roses and the series knows that she has a habit of setting up in the first book this romance between the female protagonist and the male main character. You fall for it and you love it, and it's cute and it's charming and it's sweet and it's sexy and romantic, and then in the second book there's a new guy and he's actually the one, and the old guy is awful and terrible and we hate him, throw him away. But I fall for it. I fall for it every time. So I'm wondering if that's gonna be a thing in Crescent City. If it is, it's like, girl, you need some new material. But I'll fall for it even if it does happen. So yeah, so that's that. I read those 2 books over the weekend, and I don't have anything else to say. Bye.